What's up, fellas? So today got the tank painted for Heenan's H2, and man, I just brought my tailgate home. Man, I am so happy with that thing. Still got to block sand it. That was one coat of epoxy, or two coats of epoxy, and two, maybe three nice heavy coats of high build. And man, I brought it home. The backside looks really good on it. Got it all. All we got to do is block them down a little bit and be ready for some bed liner. Excited about that. But did get Heenan's tank painted. And here's a picture of the old 54. Pulled her out of the hole over there in the back corner. And we'll get busy on him pretty soon. And then of course we got old Red here. Been doing a little bit of PDR type work on the back of it, but really just put it on hold for a little while. Work on it next school year. But anyway, I'm going to show you in this video some of the cool stuff I did with some color match. It didn't turn out perfect, but hey, I think it's better. Heenan's going to look at it tomorrow or Thursday, and hopefully it'll fly. But anyway, check out the video. It's pretty cool. At day 2. So these were the cards that I shot yesterday, and as you can see, they were pretty ugly. Just no match. I mean, it was not even close. So this is what I ended up with by the end of the day, which was closer. But today we're going to do some more spray out cards. So as you can see, I got some here laid out, and I ran over to Coops Wholesale, and Shane hooked me up with some more color. This is round 3, and man, appreciate you, Shane, over there, and Cody for hooking me up and letting me just keep trying stuff. And so I'm gonna do some more spray out cards today. So here I'm mixing up some color and laid these out on the board. And by the way, terrible idea. They're just flopping in the wind. And so I'm putting the first coat of green on these. Each card, different air pressure. So each one of those, I got 3 hanging up there, which terrible idea hanging them off the side like that. I just didn't want the color to interfere with each other, but as you'll see here in a minute, I got to pull them off of there and lay them down flat and spray, because they were just kind of folding over when you sprayed them, and wasn't getting an accurate, the color was not equal all the way across. That one over on the far end, I'm using a silver base again. I'm going to try the silver base one more time, and I'm going to try to darken it up a little bit because it was too light. And so you can see here, I'm going to put, I actually tinted it with green. I put a little bit of green candy in the silver and then laid it down. So just trying some, man, I'm just swinging for the fence right at the moment here. This color was a booger bear. So second coat of base green on those two. And I document everything. So when you get in a mess like this, and I'm like, I don't even remember how many freaking sprout cards I got at this point, but I think I'm somewhere in the neighborhood of 6. So you got to write notes down. And over on my table, I don't know if I'll probably show you here in a minute, but over on the table I laid down my air pressures, coats, and everything that that I've done on each one. And so these 3 here were actually doing good, and you can see I'm actually laying them down now and just holding them and spraying it on the flat surface, because they just were kind of flopping around. I wasn't getting a good even coat on them. So but each one's different. So the silver one, I ran it, I believe, at 35 psi. The 2 green ones, I did one at 20 and the other one at 30, maybe 35. But just that little bit of fluctuation in the air pressure, I was getting different colors, darker, and lighter colors. And digital gauge really helps when you're doing things like this because, you know, I've heard a lot of old painters, I know that I can tell just by the feel of the gun how that sucker's going to lay down. That'll work on an old single stage or even colors that don't really matter if you're not trying to match. But when it comes down to like exact match on these weird candies, I mean, literally, they're designed to just repaint the whole thing. It's not a match thing. And so it has pearl, it has candy, and that's just a recipe for just very difficult to match. But we got it in the ballpark by the end of the day. But man, I put some work in, I'll tell you. So I ended up putting 3, maybe 4 base colors, what we call the base color. These are tri-coats, and then on the candy, I ended up putting 2 coats of candy on it. So what I found, it just blows me away. This is bizarre, that it actually not dried, but cured darker. So in the video, you know, I go through and I'm taking all the steps and doing what I'm supposed to here. And I'm checking the color as I go. I'm looking at the saddlebag, and you can see right there that one looks pretty good with the silver on it, but it's too light. But you know, if I could just darken that up, it would have been fine. The flake I had down. Shane dialed in the flake for me, and so it was all up to me to get that candy down and get the color right. And so you know, I tweaked it a little bit and got it close, but the silver one was a no-go. It was just too bright, way off. I'll show you the cards here in a minute. But the 2 there, this one and the other one, I actually got pretty dang close. And you can see here, that was, I believe, 35 PSI it looked like. And you can see it's starting to look really good. But what I found is just blows me away was that it cured darker. And so that was literally only 2 coats of candy on top of it. And it still was, I feel like, was too dark. So if I have to do it again, and there's a possibility I might if it doesn't fly, we're going to, man, I guess I'm just going to put like 1 double coat of candy on it, or maybe even lighter than that, and try to lighten it up a little bit more. But it looked perfect when I laid it down. And so it takes time. Green is very difficult. I don't know why. I do better with red and blue, but green has always been my nemesis. But just kind of keep going back and forth. Here's the silver one again. I finally started putting green candy on it, it looks like. I've already got some candy on that one. I was trying to darken that silver one up, but it just went south. Like, you know, the flakes were nice, but the hue was off. I mean, it was hideous. I couldn't bring that one in. I just couldn't dial it in. And the more candy you put on it, it just kind of dingies it after a while and makes it, which is weird to me. So as I learned that, you know, over the years, I take and reduce them down a little bit. So anyway, I got them all covered, and I found some cheap clear here, but never use, like, I kicked the can open on this cheap clear, and it is yellow. So I suggest not using that unless that's the clear that I'm going to paint the tank with, which it's not. I'm using this stuff here, High Solids clear that I picked up over at Coops, and pretty good stuff. I really like it. And so it was clear, and even in the cup it was clear, so it was a go. So here I cleared it. Looks great. Love it. And 25 PSI was good, 35 PSI was good, and the silver was just too bright. Yeah, I couldn't bring it down. I put 4 coats of candy on that, and it just wouldn't come down. So just didn't happen. But this one, I got happy with that. I like it. Turned out really good. And so that's the one I'm going to go with. So here's here's 4 of them anyway. There's more than that laying around, but these were my best 4. And you can see starting on the right hand side, way too dark. Then there's the silver one. And then as you get to the end here, they're getting better. That one on the end is the one I finally went with. And so let's paint that sucker. Clean it. Did my sanding like I showed you in the prep video just yesterday. Prepped it out with 800, then hit it with a gray Scotch Brite, and now I'm cleaning it. Got it all masked up, cleaning it, tacking it, and we'll start putting some color on this old girl. First coat of base. Same exact PSI. I went with the 25. I dropped it down to 22. And just, I didn't wet coat it. I probably should have laid it down a little heavier. But again, everything I was doing was making it darker. So I kind of went a little bit lighter on it. I've got a real bad habit of doing that. Sometimes when you don't have a heated booth, for 20 years, got to be careful how heavy you lay things on. So sometimes I go a little light, but I got heavier on this coat. Second coat of base, and I ended up putting 3 good base coats on it, and worked out really good. Felt good about that. And then, like I said, I backed off and only put 2. Here's the candy. By the way, I'm waiting 10 minutes in between each coat. I think I probably, if I redo this tank for some reason, if it's still too dark, I'm going to go back and I'm going to reduce the candy down even more. And go with the 2 coats, or maybe less. Here's my final coat, and it looks nice. Happy with it. I'll lay the sprayout card on it here in a minute and check it out. And man, it's go time now. I can't change anything now, so I'm gonna go ahead and clear it, and I'm gonna put 2 nice coats of clear on it. With this high solid clear, wait, that looks like candy. Gets 1 more coat of candy. Yeah, it is. Also got a bad habit of double coating. Be careful. Man, bad habits. It is so hard to break a bad habit. There's a lot of times that I'll do like production painting, man. I used to double coat stuff. And a double coat is where you put down your 1 coat and then you just run back over it. And over the years, I've done that with certain things, and sometimes you can get too much paint on something quick. And so there it is. I ran that dude completely out. So that was 2. Really, that probably was 3 coats because I kind of double coated that first coat. So now it's off to clear. First coat of clear. And by the way, I waited 45 minutes in between the color and the clear. You always want to go at least 45 to an hour. Man, it was roasting hot in there, so it was okay to shave my time down a little bit. Laid down really nice. Had a couple of little tiny dirt chunks that will buff out super easy. I like that high solids clear. Coops has it for, man, I want to say it was like $1.35 factory pack. That's the clear and the hardener. Mixes 4 to 1. I'm a high solids clear guy. I like high solids clear. They're a little slower, but I just like the look. So here I am, first coat of clear, and I pull the card out and look at it. And in the booth right there, right now, perfect. It looks ideal. But like I said, freaking thing cured a little bit darker than what I wanted. But crossing my fingers, it's going to be okay. Let's put one more coat on it. Call it a day, shall we? So, there it is. Telltale will be tomorrow when he looks at it and we hold it up. I put it out in the sunlight. It looked killer. Man, these colors are so crazy. When you're dealing with pearls and candy and, you know, metallic colors, greens, and real weird, you know, it's got like a lime in it. They're difficult. They're not easy. But I accepted the challenge. We'll see what happens. So, once we get it back together, we'll see what's going on. Here's my sprayout cards. Should have done a couple more, but hey, ended up with like 6, maybe 7. And man, it looked great. So, we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We'll put the bike together and I'll do a video and see how it looks. But it looks great right here, so as long as it looks great on the bike, that's all that matters. Peace.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot.